Hello my dear students. So I have come back once again with the continuation of the story His First Flight. Just for a short recap. In the previous class we learned that there was a young seagull who couldn't get the confidence, was not getting the confidence to take his first flight. While his other two brothers and sister, they have successfully taken their first flight, but this young seagull was not able to conquer his fear, and that's why he was left alone in his ledge while his parents were celebrating and encouraging the other children for their success. And his parents were deliberately telling this young seagull to make the first attempt to overcome or to conquer his fear. That's why they were encouraging him, they were scolding him, they were threatening him, they were trying to make him fly in every possible way. But this young seagull was not gaining control over his fear, and that's why he was left alone in his ledge and he was not able to take his first flight. He was not able to take his first plunge or dive. That's why he was left alone and he was left starving from the previous night. He was very hungry. And while ending the story, we could remember the last scene that while others were sleeping, his mother was just she was scraping her beak to wet it. Wet means to sharpen her beak, and she was tearing a piece of fish. And the sight of fish made this young seagull very mad at the sight of he was mad at the sight of food because he was very much hungry. He had not get he didn't get any food from the last night. So now let's get into the story. I'm starting. Ga ga ga, he cried, begging her to bring him some food. Gao kola, she screamed back derisively. But he kept calling plaintively, and after a minute or so, he uttered a joyful scream. So, ga 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 and gao kola, these words are example of which figure of speech? Do you remember? They are the examples of onomatopoeia. What is onomatopoeia? Onomatopoeia is a figure of speech which represents or imitates any sound. So these are the example of onomatopoeia. So the young seagull cried, begging from her mother to bring him some food at the sight of fish because her mother was tearing a piece of fish. So she screamed back derisively. Derisively means in a manner of showing someone that he or she is stupid. That means she was actually scolding the young seagull on his stupidity, that he had not taken his first flight. But he kept calling plaintively. Plaintively means in pain, in helplessness. The young seagull kept calling plaintively, and after a minute or so, he uttered a joyful scream. Why plaintively? Because he was starving, because he was hungry and he needed the food badly. And why joyful? Because at the sight of food, he was feeling joyful. He was having a belief that his mother would give him the food. His mother had picked up a piece of the fish and was flying across to him with it. So, at last his mother picked up a piece of fish and she was flying across to the young seagull with a piece of fish. He leaned out eagerly, tapping the rock with his feet, trying to get nearer to her as she flew across. But when she was just opposite to him, she halted, her wings motionless, the piece of fish in her beak almost within reach of his beak. So, the young seagull was very happy. He was very joyful because he found that his mother was carrying a piece of fish and she was flying across to him. So, the young seagull leaned out eagerly. She came nearer the ledge, she came nearer the boundary line, and she leaned out eagerly, tapping the rock with his feet, trying to get nearer to her as she flew across. Now the mother was flying towards her child, carrying the piece of fish. But when she was just opposite to him, she was very close, she was very near to him, she was just opposite to him, just within the reach of the young seagull. Suddenly she halted, her wings motionless. Halted means she paused, she stopped, her wings motionless. Her wings were not moving, they were not in a motion, they were motionless. That means her mother stopped flying. The piece of fish in her beak almost within reach of his beak. He waited a moment in surprise, wondering why she did not come nearer, and then, maddened by hunger, he dived at the fish. Now, it was the young seagull was very much surprised. It is surprising for everyone. Now, the young seagull was also wondering. Wondering means you're thinking. The young seagull was thinking why her mother did not come nearer. Even after knowing the fact that her child was starving from the last night, he wanted the food badly. He was so hungry. He was maddened at the sight of food. Her mother just did not give the food to the child. Her mother, even a bird, even a bird knew how to do it. So her mother just stopped and halted. Okay, that's surprising really. Even after knowing that the child was hungry and starving, she just did not go and offer the food to her child. She halted. Now, maddened by hunger, the young seagull just dived at the fish. Dive means taking a jump. With a loud scream, scream means shout. With a loud scream, he fell outwards and downwards into space. Now he was falling down because he had taken the dive. He had dived to get the fish. So now he was falling and falling downwards into space. Then a monstrous terror seized him. Monstrous means terrible. A terrible terror seized him and his heart stood still. When we are very much afraid, we can feel that our heart has beating, our heart has stopped beating. So that was the case with the young seagull. A terrible or monstrous terror had filled him, seized him, and his heart stood still. He could hear nothing. He was not able to hear anything out of fear. He could just feel that he was falling downwards the sea. But it only lasted a minute. The next moment he felt his wings spread outwards. The next moment, what did he feel? At first, initially, he was filled with fear, terrible fear. The next moment, he realized that his wings have been stretched. His wings spread outwards. The wind, he could feel the wind. The wind rushed against his breast feathers, then under his stomach and against his wings. So as his wings are stretched, he could feel the gust of wind under his stomach, in his breast feathers, and even the wings. Even the wings, he could feel the tips of his wings cutting through the air. He was not falling headlong now. He was soaring gradually downwards and outwards. So when he could feel, even his wings have been stretched without his consciousness, without his any conscious sense, unknowingly, suddenly he realized that his wings have been stretched, and after that he could feel the gust of wind under his stomach, under his breast feathers, at the tip of his wings. And now he was not falling headlong because he has achieved the experience of his first flight. He was flying. That's why he was soaring gradually downwards and outwards. He was no longer afraid. He just felt a bit dizzy. So now he has now conquered his fear, and he was feeling a little bit dizzy. Dizzy means an uncomfortable feeling of spinning around and losing one's balance. Now when we have our experience of flying in the sky in a plane, sometimes we feel dizzy. Okay, so that's why, as it was his first flight, it was his very first flight, that's why the young seagull was feeling a little bit dizzy. But he was no longer afraid of falling down, afraid of the fact that if I would ever be able to fly. Because at present he was flying, he has achieved his success. Then he flapped his wings once and he soared upwards. Ga 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 kulha. His mother swooped past him. Now ga ga ga, this is another example of onomatopoeia. Now his mother swooped past him, her wings making a loud noise. He answered her with another scream. So now everyone was celebrating the success. Even the young seagull, he was celebrating his own success. Then his father flew over him screaming. He saw his two brothers and his sister flying around him, curveting and banking and soaring and diving. Curveting means leaping like a horse, and banking means flying with one wing higher than the other. So these are the terms: curveting, banking, the soaring, diving. These are all the steps and process of flying. So then he completely forgot that he had not always been able to fly, and commended himself to dive and soar and carve, shrieking shrilly. Commended means praising. Okay, applauding or praising. So all the family members, they were together flying, they were enjoying their flight, they were enjoying their success. Now the young seagull who was left alone in the ledge, everyone was celebrating his success. Then he completely forgot that he had not always been able to fly. Okay, so the young seagull also forgot that a few minutes back he was filled with terrible fear, and he didn't know that if ever he would achieve this success, if ever he would be able to fly like his parents, like his other two brothers and sister. He was so he was having no confidence. He was near the sea now, flying straight over it, facing straight out over the ocean. He saw a vast green sea beneath him, with little ridges moving over it, and he turned his beak sideways and cawed amusedly. Now, as he was not falling down headlong in the sea, he was just enjoying his flight right above the sea. Right, it was he was flying over the ocean, and he could experience, he could see the vast green sea beneath him, the little ridges, the waves moving over the ocean, and he turned his beak sideways and cawed amusedly. He was fully enjoying his first flight. His parents and his brothers and sister had landed on this green flooring ahead of him. They were beckoning to him, calling shrilly. He dropped his legs to stand on the green sea. His legs sank into it. He screamed with fright and attempted to rise again, flapping his wings. So his parents and his brothers and sister, they had landed on the green flooring ahead of him. Now they have landed on a green valley. So they were beckoning to him, they were calling him shrilly, sharply. He dropped his legs to stand on the green sea. Okay, they were on the green sea. They were standing on the green sea. His legs sank into it. So now he was experiencing the first stand on the sea. So his legs sank into the sea. He screamed with fright. Initially again he was very frightened. When he touched his first feet, they were sinking into the sea. He screamed with fright and attempted to rise again, flapping his wings. But he was tired and weak with hunger, and he could not rise. Exhausted by the strange exercise, his feet sank into the green sea, and then his belly touched it, and he sank no farther. He was floating on it, and around him his family was screaming, praising him, and their beaks were offering him scraps of dogfish. He had made his first flight. So now again, while he experienced his first stand on the sea, he was again very much frightened. He tried to make his flight, being frightened by the ocean, being frightened by the touch of the waves. He was frightened and he tried to fly again. But he was so tired, so exhausted with hunger that he couldn't make his flight, and his feet sank into the sea. The water of the ocean that touched his belly, and he sank no farther. Now he could float. He achieved another success of floating on the ocean, and around him his family was screaming, praising him, commanding him, applauding him, and their beaks were offering him scraps of dogfish because he was so hungry, so tired. Now at last he had all his family members celebrating his success with him. Now he had made his first flight. Now there are so many important aspects in this story. The role of the mother is very important in the success of the child. Do you agree or not? If the mother, it is a very painful sight for a mother to see her baby hungry, very much painful. Even a bird, she also feels it very sad to see her baby suffering from hunger. She had fish, but just think of the fact, if the mother just straight flew to the young seagull and gave him the food, piece of fish, could the seagull make his first flight in this way? I think no. Because he was very much hungry, he was maddened at the sight of it, his mother knew how to provoke the child, how to make him fly, because he was not taking any initiative to fly in spite of so much encouragement, in spite of so much scolding, threatening. They had not given him any food from the last night. Still he was not taking any initiative to fly. So that was the only way, and the mother knew the best how to make his child do the things. So his mother did not offer him the food in spite of knowing the fact that the child was very hungry. His mother did not offer him the food. So being angry, being frustrated, being hungry, the child took his first plunge or first dive, and that's the way he started his first flying, and gradually he conquered his fear and he mastered the skill of flying. So mother's role is very important here. Even the parents' role, both the parents, even his father was not encouraging him, encouraging the negativity of the child, that I cannot do. I'm very much afraid, I cannot do. Even the father did not pay attention to it. So the parents' role is very much important here. And we can relate this experience in our life. Okay, sometimes we also have to take a first plunge, first dive for anything, and we are so much afraid and we are so much lack of confidence that we are not able to take that first dive or first plunge. Now that is very important, how we are getting the support or how we are provoked to do that. Sometimes if you are very much insulted, if you are insulted by the other sources, external sources, if you are challenged by the external sources, then your spirit rises and you think that I have to do it, I can do it, and I will have to do it. Now if our parents sometimes tell us you can't do it, sometimes we think, okay, I will do it and I will show it to you, that I will prove it that I can do